Sports.
We are Baltimore. We are Southwest.
We're wishing a very happy Mother's Day to all the baseball-loving moms tuning in today. On this special day, your Rangers and Major League Baseball want to acknowledge, encourage, and remember all of those affected by breast cancer. We hope that your day is filled with love and joy. Texas Rangers Baseball is presented by AT&T Uverse TV. From St. Petersburg, Florida, Rangers and the Tampa Bay Rays. Rangers trying to come home on a winning note and finish off a good road trip. This afternoon, the finale under the big top that is Tropicana Field. And welcome in everyone, along with Mark McLemore, Steve Busby. And a very happy Mother's Day to all you moms out there. Thank you very much for spending part of your day with us. And hopefully we'll give you a good show this afternoon. Wandy Rodriguez on the hill for the Rangers, and he is looking to get this team back home on a winning note.
He really is, and Wandy Rodriguez has been pitching well, especially the last outing in Houston, where he went 8 strong innings, only gave up 1 run, and retired 19 of the last batters he faced. You see the 8 strikeouts there, 1 walk, and that was just a tremendous outing for Wandy Rodriguez. So he's going to look to continue that streak of not letting anyone on base, whether it's a walk or hit batsman. 19 straight right now. Hopefully he can continue that.
And very much like Ross Detweiler yesterday, Wandy in that game in Houston got stronger as the game went on. He got more and more effective, and hopefully this will continue for the next, maybe 5 months for Wandy Rodriguez. Well, the Rangers certainly hope so. They hope to cap off a 5-2 road trip with a win here this afternoon. Rangers getting set to take on the Tampa Bay Rays. We'll be back with more right after this on Fox Sports Southwest. Your Texas Ford dealer. The EcoBoost Challenge is on at your Texas Ford dealer. Get to your best in Texas Ford dealer today. By AT&T U-verse TV. U-verse has more live TV channels on the go than cable. And by Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. The fans in the family fun zone here at Tropicana Field. Beautiful afternoon outside, very comfortable inside. Before we get things underway on this Mother's Day, let's head down to the field and check in with John Radigan.
Yeah, Buzz, donning the colors of the day, equipment manager Hoggy Price asked me to wear the pink in support of the Rangers, who are supporting all those who are fighting against breast cancer. I'm only too happy to do it. You'll see lots of it on the players today as well. All of the players obviously have mothers. Many of them have wives. All of them sentimental on this Mother's Day, including Elvis Andrus, whose mom still lives with him in Texas.
She's everything for me. She's been mom and dad since I was 7 years old. So she means, the world for me, and that's why I always, taking care of her the best I can, and really, happy and blessed. She's still alive, and I'm still able to enjoy with her.
And so he'll be in some pink. Nobody will have more pink on than Carlos Corporan. We'll hear from several of the players throughout the course of the day as they talk about, think about, reflect on, and thank their moms on this Mother's Day. We say Happy Mother's Day, too, and it's almost time to play a little baseball on this Mother's Day when we come back to the Trop. It's time for the lineups and the first pitch. Happy Mother's Day, moms, from Fox.
McLemore now is going to fill you in on the Texas Rangers Southwest Airlines starting lineup.
All right, leading off for the Rangers will be Shin-Soo Choo in right field. Elvis Andrus plays short and bats second. Prince Fielder will be the DH and hit third. Adrian Beltre in the cleanup spot playing third base. Kyle Blanks will be at first hitting fifth. Carlos Peguero will be in left field batting sixth. Leonis Martins in center field batting seventh. Carlos Corporan will do the catching and bat eighth, and Adam Rosales will play second base and he'll hit ninth.
And this lineup charged with trying to handle Jake Odorizzi here this afternoon, 25-year-old right-hander. 3-2, but he has been the most consistent Rays pitcher thus far in 6 starts. He has not failed to go 7 innings in any of them. Fastball, hard curve, splitter, and he throws that splitter as his changeup. He'll use that about a third of the time. And he's starting to fulfill his promise as one of the top of the rotation starters for the Rays. He's been a top prospect with 3 teams, with Milwaukee, then with Kansas City, and now with Tampa Bay. Already traded in his career for a couple of big-name pitchers. Zach Greinke went from Kansas City to Milwaukee, and Jake Odorizzi went to Kansas City, and then James Shields went to Kansas City from Tampa, and Odorizzi and Will Myers coming down to the Tampa Bay area. And we'll take a look at the Rays defense this afternoon behind Jake Odorizzi. Outfield, Geyer in left, Kiermaier in center. Sousa is in right field. Forsythe gets started first. Beckham and Cabrera up the middle. Evan Longoria back in the field. He is at third base today, and Rene Rivera is catching. Well, the Rangers come in having lost a couple in a row. They are now 9-9 away from Arlington this year. 12-18 overall. They've slipped down to fourth place in the AL West. They are trailing the Houston Astros, who won last night by 7.5 ball games. Shin-Soo Choo extended his hitting streak last night to 9 straight ball games. He is at 169, 3 home runs, and a dozen RBI. And the first pitch spins Shin-Soo around just a bit. A 270 average. Choo in the 9 games has 10 hits. Fouls that pitch back. It is 1 ball and 1 strike.
You know, Buzz, even though Choo's picked it up a little bit, he's still not right where he wants to be. He's still taking a lot of swings and missing pitches that are pretty good pitches to hit, and he'll be the first one to tell you that. So he's got a 9-game hit streak, but he's not really where he wants to be just yet.
I would think that 9-game hitting streak is more impressive to us, the media and the fans, than it is to Shin-Soo. And he's gone on strikes here. Odorizzi going upstairs with that fastball for a strikeout, 1 away.
Shortstop, number 1, Elvis Andrus.
Odorizzi's trying to go down and away. Gets the ball away, but up in the zone, and that was enough to get Choo.
And this could be a case too, Mac. We talked the other night about Ranger hitters wanting to get a sinker baller up in the strike zone. That is exactly what you want to try to do with Odorizzi, and then you get one up a little too high, and you say, "Oh, doggone it, that was too high."
Yeah, you pull the trigger, and it's out of the zone. But you're just so focused on getting that sinker baller up. When you see it up as a hitter, you're just thinking, "Hey, it's up, swing."
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But sometimes it's a little too high.
That pitch comes back to the inside corner. 0-2 to Elvis. Andrus at 230, a home run, 8 driven in. He has got a pretty good streak going. 18 consecutive games now that he has reached base by a hit or a walk. The second longest streak in baseball. 1-2.
Well, he's doing exactly what he's supposed to do, especially being at the top of the lineup. Getting on base any way he can, whether it's a hit, a walk, getting hit by a pitch. His job is to get on base and set the table.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Elvis hitting at an even 250 on this road trip. He's 6 for 24. He has a modest 3-game hitting streak going. Slowly hit to third. Longoria, 2 gone. Well, that's one play that on this turf gets to be pretty routine. A chopper like that, you get that on grass, and it's not quite that easy, is it?
No, it's not quite that easy at all, because that ball, instead of being waist high, is going to be about ankle high. So you've got to get down there and be able to throw it and put something on it. Evan Longoria is one of the best over there at third base.
Now 2 outs, bases empty. Here's Prince Fielder. Prince celebrated his 31st birthday yesterday with a 2-hit game. His 14th multi-hit game of the year, and that ties him for the top spot in the American League. Prince, a 342 average. He is still leading the club with 14 runs driven in. 1 ball and 1 strike. Fielder, like Choo, a 9-game hitting streak. A little bit better numbers at 361 with a home run and 4 driven in over those 9 games. And that catches the inside corner. Mentioned Odorizzi with that split-fingered changeup that he will throw. He got that grip from Alex Cobb, another starting pitcher with the Rays, and he'll use it about a third of the time. Again, a high chopper. Cabrera on to first, and that'll do it. Well, the Rangers go out 1-2-3. We played a half inning in St. Petersburg. Rangers nothing. Rays coming up. First, now here's Mack with the Amica Tampa Bay Rays starting lineup.
For the Rays, Brandon Guyer lead off, played left field. Steven Souza Jr. will be in right field. He'll hit second. Evan Longoria played third and bat third. Logan Forsythe's in the cleanup spot, playing first base. Joey Butler's the DH, hitting fifth. Asdrubal Cabrera will hit sixth and play shortstop. Jim Beckham's the second baseman. He'll hit seventh. Kevin Kiermaier's in center field. He'll bat eighth. And Rene Rivera do the catching and bat ninth.
And on the hill this afternoon for the Rangers, the 36-year-old left-hander Wandy Rodriguez. Going to work to Brandon Guyer, and he misses high and outside for ball one. Wandy making his fourth start in a Ranger uniform. 1-1 with a 3.12 ERA in his first three. Last time out, of course, very strong, the best in a couple of years, according to Wandy. And command of the strike zone was perfect after he got going. And today he's going to try to use the Rays hitters' aggressiveness against them. Deep in the hole, Elvis sets. Long throw on a bounce, and in time he got him.
Wow, that's a great play by Elvis. We just talked about that bounce earlier and that ground ball to Longoria. Elvis goes deep in the hole, and he's going to use this turf to his advantage. He throws that ball down, knows he's going to get a good hop, a true hop, over to first base, Kyle Blanks, and just gets the speedy guy over there. Great play by Elvis. There aren't many people that think as quickly as Elvis in that infield, and Elvis knew exactly what he needed to do with the leadoff guy, the fast runner, knew exactly what he needed to do with that ball before he even got it.
Yeah, and especially, we had a stat the other night, Mac, that this is one of only two artificial turf fields in baseball now. There used to be a lot of them, and that was a fairly common play for guys. It was,
and you'd see a lot of guys being able to do that because there were so many of them. You had the opportunity to figure out, hey, this is what I can do on turf, and maybe I can't do this on regular grass, but I can do it on turf. But now with just two fields that way, this is the only time the Rangers will play here, and then Toronto's the other one. You don't really get, number one, to practice it a lot, and you're not getting that those reps on there as much as you used to.
Fastball up about eye high, and Steven Souza Jr. is gone on strikes. There are two gone. Take a look at the Ranger defense this afternoon, delivered to you by DeMontron RV. Outfield, Figueroa, Martin, and Chu, left, center, and right. Kyle Blanks at first. Again, Adam Rosales in second. Elvis Andrus, you saw it short. Adrian Beltre third. Carlos Corporan, former teammate in Houston with Wandy Rodriguez, back behind the plate. And Evan Longoria going after that first pitch from Wandy and sends it foul for strike one. Wandy Rodriguez now has retired 21 hitters in a row going back to his last start. Evan Longoria hit his 4th home run last night, a 3-run blast in the 1st inning. And as the Rays hitters like to do, boy, they got a guy that throws strikes. They are up there wailing away early in the count.
And that's, that's a good approach. I mean, what if a guy's throwing strikes, what are you going to wait for?
Yeah.
Wait for him to throw a ball?
Yeah, he could.
It'll be a short at bat.
Yeah.
And especially you're facing, a veteran pitcher. A veteran pitcher knows what he's doing out there. He's going to come in there if he's throwing strikes. He's not going to try and, throw 6 or 7 pitches to you. He's going to say, hey, here, put this in play and pitch to weak contact.
Mm-hmm. Fastball straightens Longoria up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Saw the note on Longoria, no home runs in his first 90 at bats this year. And all of a sudden, in his last 10 at bats, he has 3 of them.
Yeah, that's going 90 for Longoria was something very unusual. The 3 in his last 10, not so unusual.
Yeah, right. Especially when you throw the Rangers in there. We told you how much of a problem he presents to the Rangers. Talking with Andy Hawkins after the game last night, he said, you know what, we just didn't make pitches. The balls they hit out of the ballpark, Longoria's and Sousa's and Cabrera's, said, those are bad pitches. And that's what happens when you make mistakes to a team that's aggressive like Tampa Bay. This one's popped up. Right side of the infield. And it will be Adam Rosales staggering around. And he comes back to make the catch. Turned it into a circus catch. Good job by Rosales to stay with that. Almost lost it in the dome. But it's a 1-2-3 inning. The Rays are gone. We played 1, no score. Fans, MLB.TV Premium, the #1 live streaming sports service, is celebrating 13 years. Watch every out-of-market game live or on demand in true HD. You get real-time highlights, live look-ins, pitch tracking widget, and more every night on every device. Visit MLB.TV for details. Middle third of the Ranger order to face Jake Odorizzi here in the 2nd inning. Adrian Beltre, Kyle Blanks, and Carlos Peguero. Beltre, a .228 average. Looks at strike 2. Adrian, couple of home runs, 6 driven in. Very few at bats against Odorizzi over the years, just 0 for 3. 1-2.
As a hitter, this is the toughest part when you haven't faced a guy, number one, a lot of times, or number two, you don't see him very often.
Beltre reaches out and lines one to left. Hit it pretty well. Geyer
able to track it down. And you got to have some strong hands to do that.
Wow.
Hit about a 320-foot fly ball just reaching across the plate.
Odorizzi trying to go down in the zone with that sinker. Beltre gets the hit to it, and that was a half swing line drive. 300 feet.
Something else. Here's Kyle Blanks. Ball one, low and outside. Kyle hitting .333, 3 home runs, 5 driven in. This is the 10th ball game in a Ranger uniform for the big first baseman. 1-1. Kyle, in the month of May, he is up among the league leaders with his offensive numbers. For Blanks, he is 5th in the AL in runs scored for the month of May, and he's tied for 8th in home runs. Takes it outside, 3 balls and a strike now. Kyle has reached base safely, either by a hit or a walk, in all 9 games that he has played in May. 3-1 pitch coming to it. 3-2. Blanks trying to get aboard with 1 out here in the second. Carlos Peguero, the Ranger left fielder, waits to be next. Payoff pitch. Got him swinging. Odorizzi with his second strikeout. Blanks retired. Peguero coming up next.
Odorizzi went away with that fastball. Blanks hit that outside corner. Tough pitch to hit. Good right to Rivera's glove. Blanks tip fouled it off a little bit, but great spot for Odorizzi.
Good movement going both ways with that fastball. A good sinking fastball and even a little kind of a cut on that last one to Blanks. Here's Peguero, a .226 hitter. Trying to bunt his way aboard, and he's going to. Carlos Peguero with the shift on, and Longoria, the third baseman, playing well back. Able to use his speed and get aboard with 2 outs here in the second inning.
I love it. Smart heads up play. Got the bunt down. He had plenty of room. Didn't have to be perfect with the bunt, although that was a pretty good bunt. Got Longoria way back. Odorizzi knows he's the only one over there to make a play. A nice effort with the slide. Just couldn't come up with it. And even if he had, Peguero gets down that line pretty good for a big fella.
Yes, he does. Rene Rivera out there to give Jake Odorizzi a moment to kind of catch his breath after charging in for that bunt by Peguero. So the first base runner for either team this afternoon. A 2-out bunt single. And Leonys Martin now will step into the batter's box. Martin back in the lineup after a 4-game absence last night. Took an 0 for 4. Average at .213. 0-1 after the foul ball. Leonys, 1 home run, 8 driven in. 0 for 5 on the trip, and in the last 8 ball games is see Martin hit just 161. He's gone 5 for 31. There's that splitter. 0-2.
When Odorizzi gets that splitter down, man, if you make any kind of contact with it, you're going to beat it into the ground.
Yep.
It's not going to be something that you can hit well. And the key for the hitters go up there and to try and get him up in the zone.
There it was again, and Leonys able to lay off at that time. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Saw the note on Leonys. 3 bunt base hits this year. Unfortunately, you get down on the count 0-2 real quick, and that kind of takes that element of your game away. Peguero at first with 2 outs. There goes Peguero, and the pitch is lined to right field, a base hit. Peguero would just keep on going, around to third. And Leonis Martin with a solid base hit to right. Rangers have runners at the corners and 2 outs for Carlos Corporate.
Well, one of the things that Banny can do with Peguero, since he runs so well, you can put him in motion, and that's exactly what he did. So as big as he is, he can steal bases, and he just so happened to be going on that play. And Leonis hit another rocket to right field. He hits Odorizzi well. That's his 3rd hit in 6 at-bats.
Well, Rangers trying to mount a 2-out rally here in the 2nd inning. Carlos Corporate, the switch hitting catcher, up there from the left side, trying to pick up Peguero at 3rd base. Corporate hitting 184 with a home run and 4 driven in. And the stolen base has become very much a part of the Ranger offense of late. They've gone 18 for 21 in stolen bases of late. They are tied for 3rd with 23 stolen bases overall. Corporate hits it well to left field, but Geyer has room. And that will do it. Rangers get a couple of 2-out singles, but Strand up there. And after 1.5, Rangers nothing, Rays nothing on Fox Sports Southwest. Baseball on Fox Sports Southwest is brought to you by your Texas Ford dealers. The EcoBoost Challenge is on at your Texas Ford dealer. Get to your best in Texas Ford dealer today. The Sunshine Skyway Bridge, linking St. Petersburg Beach and Bradenton across Tampa Bay. And beautiful afternoon here on the west coast of Florida. Logan Forsythe to lead things off. Wandy Rodriguez worked a 1-2-3 inning and deals high for ball 1. Forsythe, 287 with the average, a couple of home runs. He has driven in a dozen. He had good numbers against Wandy Rodriguez in their previous matchups. And skies one to center field. Into the glove of Leonis Martin for out number 1. Take a look at our Kubota power stats here this afternoon. Talking about Wandy Rodriguez, 2 road starts this year. He has been very good with 1-0 and a 1.38 ERA. Opponents hitting just 178 against him. 13 punch-outs in 13 innings. So Wandy, who picked up his first American League win last time out down in Houston. Trying to continue the streak he has away from Arlington. Joey Butler, the DH this afternoon, takes strike 1. Now 0-2. Butler, a 238 average with a home run, 4 driven in. Joey, of course, former Ranger. It major league debut a couple of years ago in Arlington. 1-2 pitch to the right side. Rosales guns it to first. 2 gone. No, 5 up, 5 down. Behind Wandy Rodriguez, and now Asdrubal Cabrera will come up.
Well, Wandy's going up there throwing strikes. He's making the Rays put the ball in play, hitting his spots, not giving them anything out over the middle of the plate or up in the zone to hit. You know, he's either off the outside corner or on the inside part of the plate. And that's that veteran savvy for you knowing, hey, I've got to use both sides, but I've still got to throw strikes, and hopefully they make some pretty weak contact.
Ball 1 to Cabrera. The thing I like about Wandy, too, he added that cut fastball a year before last or so and really perfected it last year. That's given him a weapon that very important against right-handed hitters. He can run the fastball in on right-handers away from home plate. He doesn't have to worry about the ball tailing back to the hitting zone.
Right, that's huge. When you have that late movement, you know where to put it, where you start that cut fastball. A hitter, especially right-handed hitter, is going to think, hey, I've got this ball, I'm going to crush it, and all of a sudden he's got half a bat left in his hand.
Right. A ball and a strike to Cabrera, who's hitting .211. Had a multiple hit game in last night's contest. He had a couple of hits against a left-hander, and that more than doubled his total so far this year. You see 4 hits in his last 8 times up after just 2 hits in the previous 26. Reaches out and shoots that one out of play down the right side. And the count remains a ball and 2 strikes.
I like the pace that Wandy's working at, and even Odorizzi's working at a pretty good pace. Do you find that helps pitchers more when they're working at a faster pace?
Oh, I think so. It's, you get in that zone, if you will, where you feel where you've got something going and you have a good feel for what you want to do. You don't want to waste any time. It's it helps, I think, as far as keeping your mechanics in order. You can repeat deliveries much easier when you're working at a quicker pace. Not that a quick pace is the be-all, end-all, but that hook will do it. That's a be-all, end-all for Asdrubal Cabrera. Second strikeout for Wandy Rodriguez. He's now retired 6 straight this afternoon. We finished 2, and we are scoreless at the Trop. And Sean Tollison passing along his Mother's Day wishes. All the guys decked out with their pink undershirts, and a lot of them have pink wristbands. Whatever they can find, baseball has supplied them with the pink variety of them. Some guys wearing pink cleats, as a matter of fact, around baseball. Adam Rosales leading things off, the number 9 man for the Rangers today. It's one off the end of the bat to center, and Kiermaier got a pretty good read on that right away. Makes it an easy play, 1 away. And before we go back to the top of the Ranger order, let's send it back to Aaron Hardigan with a Mazda game break. All right, Aaron, thank you. Chu trying to bunt his way aboard, and it rolls off into foul territory. Chu, one of the guys, as you can see, using that pink bat on Mother's Day. Shin-Soo went down swinging his first time up. Of course, all the pink for Breast Cancer Awareness Day. On this Mother's Day, guys taking the opportunity to exhibit their support in the breast cancer awareness fight. Chu's going for 2. Sousa's throw is offline and late. And Shin-Soo Chu with a double. So Chu gets himself into scoring position here in the third. His 8th double of the year.
A great at bat by Chu. And Buzz, we've talked about this a few times. Typically when you as a hitter, you walk out to drop a bunt, the next pitch is going to be a fastball. For whatever reason, a lot of pitchers are taught that the toughest pitch to bunt is a fastball, so they think if you're going to bunt once, you may come back and do it again. And Chu got that fastball on the inside part of the plate and turned on it. But there are a lot of guys that will do that intentionally just to get a fastball the next pitch.
Mm-hmm. Elvis fouling that pitch back to the screen. Andrus grounded out to third back in the first inning. Pitchers taking the bait on that from the hitters, huh?
Yes. Yes. And, people don't talk about it that much, but there are some hitters, usually a veteran hitter, that will set up pitchers.
Right. On the outside corner, 0-2. Yeah, I can remember vividly getting set up by a couple of veteran hitters. Throw that slider, and the guys that come out of their shoes swinging at it and missing it and, fall down. Try it in the next pitch, and it'd be about 500 feet from home plate. 0-2 to Andrus.
One of the best guys that I ever saw at it was Edgar Martinez. Edgar, if there's nobody on early in the ball game, the guy would throw Edgar a slider, and Edgar fly out of the way like he didn't see it.
Mm-hmm.
A couple innings later, he's up again. If there's a runner on base or in scoring position, that guy throw that slider again.
Right center field.
That's a souvenir.
Another 0-2 pitch coming. Elvis had a good rip at that. That off-speed pitch stayed up.
Looking at him, he doesn't know how he missed that one.
Just a shade off, just a hair off. Isn't that the case for most offensive problems? They're just missing a little bit.
Just a bit. It's a game of inches.
That's in the dirt. It gets by Rivera, so down to third goes Shin-Soo Chu, and he is now just 90 feet away with one out as the wild pitch eluding Rene Rivera.
Rivera goes down, but brought that glove up, and it went right through the wickets.
So with one out now, the infield pulled all the way in for the Rays. A ball and 2 strikes. Odorizzi from the stretch. Elvis had another pitch up to work with.
This is a guy you're not going to see throw many balls up in the zone.
Yeah.
Especially with the infield in. You're thinking you're going to get something down, especially with 2 strikes. So he can induce a ground ball instead of a fly ball to the outfield.
The Fox tracker showing you the location of those pitches. Got him swinging. Went up with a little extra heat on it that time. And third strikeout of the afternoon for Odorizzi, and his largest so far.
Next up, number 84.
Well, they're now 2 outs with Chu at third base, and the infield will go back to normal depth.
Easy going with that fastball, put a little extra giddy up on it. Always fouls it off, but right into the glove of Rivera.
Had to be a frustrating at bat for Elvis. I'm shaking his head, talking to himself.
Yeah, there's no question. He had 4 or 5 pitches up in the zone that were strikes.
Now Fielder on the first pitch grounds out the shortstop Cabrera. Rangers get a double, but strand Chu at third base. We'll go to the bottom of the third in St. Petersburg. Rangers nothing, Rays nothing. Rangers taking on the AL champion Kansas City Royals. Come on out to Globe Life Park and enjoy all the ballpark hot dogs you can eat for just $1 each. Visit TexasRangers.com for tickets or call 972-RANGERS if you prefer. Rays come to bat here in the bottom of the third inning. Wandy Rodriguez has retired the first 6 and now has stretched his streak to 25 consecutive batters retired. Tim Beckham leading things off and takes a strike on the inside corner. Beckham hitting at .206, 3 home runs and 12 driven in. Last pitcher to retire more than where Wandy Rodriguez is right now, more than 25, was Yu Darvish in that near perfect game that Darvish had down in Houston back in 2013. And Wandy not stumbling off the mound, but walking around the mound, and Kevin Harmon's going to come out. It looks like the way he's walking has something to do with his back. Whether he got back spasms or twisted it the wrong way. And Kevin Harmon talking to him. This was the pitch that elicited that kind of a reaction.
Yeah, you could see it right away. Hopefully it's just back spasms and not something that he pulled. That low back he grabbed.
Yep. And anybody that's had a low back knows how little it takes sometimes to get that thing out of whack. And once it does, boy, it is debilitating. Wandy trying to do a little stretching. And Kevin Harmon, the head trainer for the Rangers, trying to encourage him not to do the stretching, but not to fall down. Hopefully he'll be able to continue.
It'd be a shame if he wasn't able to continue the way he's been pitching.
Yep. Wandy trying to stretch that thing out. He's got a 2-1 count on Tim Beckham, and he's going to try and make a throw, maybe or maybe not. Stormy Pimentel is rubbing some of that hot stuff on his shoulder. See if he can get loose in a hurry.
Get it hot quick.
Yeah. Yeah, heat that thing up. Wandy trying to stretch out using every possible method he knows of. Stretch that back out.
Use the Beltray. Beltray looking at him like, what are you doing?
Think I'm a total body gym or something? What's going on here? Now that's experience. That's a veteran when you can use that many different ways to stretch out a low back. You've had to go a long time in your profession to know that many ways.
That's something that he's probably had before.
Yep. Now there's no hitch in his get along right now, at least it's perceptible.
He got the cramp out.
Remember that Shin-Soo Choo had to come out of a ball game the second week of the season with muscle spasms in the upper part of his back, and he was out for almost a week.
Right. Those are no joke. Not a whole lot of fun.
No,
your back goes out, or you can't do anything.
Nope.
Let alone try to pitch in a major league game.
Yeah, he's going to try it. Tells Kevin Harmon, and feels okay. As long as they can stretch it out after every pitch.
If I could do that right there.
Yeah. Makes my back hurt watching him do that.
Oh, my goodness.
Goodness gracious. So, Wandy's going to try it. And home plate umpire Mike Estabrook on his way back behind home plate signaled to the raised bench. That's no trip for the Ranger coaching staff. That was an injury trip. So you only get 2 per inning per pitcher, and that doesn't count as one of them. 2-1 is the count to Beckham. He's stepping back in, leading off the bottom of the 3rd inning. Scoreless ball game. Rangers with the only 3 hits in this game. Rodriguez has retired the first 6 that he's faced. A little bit high, and that's not really much of a surprise. With that back kind of biting at you, it's real hard to make yourself reach out and down and pull through and get the pitch down to the strike zone. Now the 3-1. That's on the outside corner. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Beckham leading off. He'll be followed by the center fielder, Kevin Kiermaier. Rodriguez with a payoff pitch. Skied to center field. Leonis circling around underneath it, and that is out number 1.
Great effort by Wandy to come back from that. Do a couple of strikes. Second strike on the outside corner. Painted that one. And then pitch to weak contact.
Well, here's Kevin Kiermaier, who did not start in last night's ball game. Came on defensively late in the game. Goes after that first pitch, and a fly ball sliced into the left field corner. Peguero there, and very nicely on one pitch. Kiermaier flies out, 2 gone for Rene Rivera.
Wandy decided to say, "Hey, let him put it in play.
Yeah,
I don't have to throw as many pitches."
That is right. Now Rivera steps in with a 136 average. And he pops the first pitch up. Adam Rosales, now backpedaling again, makes the catch. And Wandy Rodriguez has retired the first 9 in this ball game, and that is 28 consecutive retired by Wandy Rodriguez. No score after 3. Indians game. And fans will enjoy fireworks show paying tribute to breast cancer awareness. You can get $14 upper reserve tickets using the online coupon code fireworks at texasrangers.com/specials. Adrian Beltre to start things off, middle third of the Ranger order here in the fourth inning. 1 ball, no strikes. That breaking ball settles low and outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Beltre flied out to left field as he led off the second inning here today. He hammers this one to center field. Kiermaier is going back. He is at the wall. Goodbye. Beltre straightaway center field, his 3rd home run of the year, and the Rangers lead it 1-0.
Beltre got a pitch to his liking. Motorizzi got him up in the zone a little bit and did not miss it. First that one straight away center field. This is what you call putting it on a tee right there, isn't it,
Boy,
Buzz?
it is. That thing was screaming, hit me all the way to home plate, and Adrian obliged. He loves hitting in this ballpark with the long ball.
Wow.
And now Kyle Blanks lofts one way up in the air to right field. Sosa able to make the grab. That is out number 1. We'll go back and revisit the home run.
You know, and every pitcher makes mistakes throughout the course of the game, but it's up to the hitter to not miss it. And Adrian didn't miss that mistake.
Yep. Well, the Rangers have 25 home runs now as a team. Adrian with his 3rd. Carlos Peguero, who is the team leader with 4 home runs, takes a strike, 0-1. Peguero bunted his way aboard with 2 outs in the second. That average now up to 241. That home run, by the way, the first that Odorizzi has allowed this year. He and Nick Martinez, the only 2 starters that had made their normal starts this season without giving up a home run. One and 2 to Peguero. That will even the count. Adrian Beltre with a long home run to dead center field here. And call strike 3. Peguero caught looking. Right at the bottom of the strike zone, said Mike Estabrook. 4th strikeout for Odorizzi.
Nice pitching by Odorizzi. The pitch before this was a fastball up in the zone. And then he comes back and goes to the bottom of the zone just to change that eye level for a hitter. A lot of times will mess that hitter up.
Well, Leonis Martin got a very slow off-speed pitch. That probably was as tough to bunt as anything when you don't know it's coming. Bunt out about 4 times before it gets there.
He's halfway down the line before he was able to bunt that.
Now, Leonis pounded a single through the hole on the right side his first time up. Trying it again, but this time Beckham able to get over there and handle it. And that will do it. But Adrian Beltre gets the Rangers on the board. His 3rd home run of the year, leading off the 4th. After 3.5, it's the Rangers 1, the Rays 0 on Fox Sports Southwest. Texas Rangers baseball on Fox Sports Southwest is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. And by the Mazda 6. J.D. Power has awarded the Mazda 6 highest ranked vehicle appeal among midsize cars. The Rangers have granted Wandy Rodriguez a 1-0 lead. Adrian Beltre, the leadoff home run in the fourth. Now Wandy to the plate, and Brandon Guyer trying to bunt his way aboard. Bunts through it for strike one.
That's interesting. You know, as a hitter, when I saw that third baseman playing even with the bag or even a little bit closer to home plate, that just took away the desire for me to bunt. Unless you can just drop it in that one spot, which is about 15 to 20 feet from home plate on the dirt.
Pitch fouled back, and the count, a ball and 2 strikes.
And a lot of times it would depend on who that third baseman was. If it was Adrian Beltre, I'm not trying to bunt.
Yeah, you're right. You are right. And a ground ball to short. One gone. That is 29 straight now. In case you're wondering, Wandy Rodriguez approaching the all-time record for the Rangers. Ken Hill has the record for the Rangers back in 1996. Kenny Hill retired 31 consecutive. Kenny Rogers, with his perfect game, of course, in 1994, added 1 to that and had 28 in a row. And right now, 29 in a row for Wandy Rodriguez, working on number 30, and that happens to be Steven Souza. Souza struck out in the first. 2 balls, no strikes. One for 9 in the last 3 ball games against the Rangers. 3 strikeouts. He is up there in strikeouts in the league. He's second to Chris Davis of the Orioles. And he takes inside 3 balls and no strikes. First time Wandy Rodriguez is at a 3-0 count today. He's had a couple of 3-1 counts, but not a 3-0 count. Now 3-1. Souza hitting second in the order. He'll be followed by the tough guy, Evan Longoria. Tough guy for the Rangers. 3-2 now.
And that's a pretty outstanding feat he's got right now. Just even at 30, that's incredible. How difficult is that to do?
Pretty difficult.
I mean, it's pretty much a no-hitter there.
Yeah. Call, strike 3. Back door was wide open. Souza admired that one all the way into Corporan's glove. And he is gone. There is number 30 in a row. Third strikeout, and they're 2 away for Longoria.
Great backdoor pitch by Wandy. Ball comes back. Kind of catches the corner.
Mike Estabrook helping, or I should say doing his part back there, calling that a strike.
You know, a lot of times you'll see that happen because Wandy's a veteran pitcher, and he's come out there and he's established that, hey, I'm around the plate and I'm throwing strikes.
Longoria popped out to second in the first inning. Oh, you're talking about the consecutive hitters retired. You find that a lot of the time the guys that have the most are relievers. They get on a roll and have 4, 5, 6, 7 outings where they retire a lot of people in a row. Starters a little more difficult. I mean, you've got it when you get up to 30. You're talking about 2, sometimes 3 outings for starters to accumulate that. 2-1 to Longoria. Boy, Wandy changing speeds on that curveball very effectively. We saw him do it extremely well against the Astros down in Houston.
He just kept pulling that back to the mound, didn't he?
Yep. Longoria skies the center field. Leonis Martin camped underneath it, and that is 12 straight today, 31 in a row, and that for Wandy Rodriguez ties the Ranger all-time record. On to the fifth, 1-0 Rangers.
One to nothing as we now head to the fifth inning, and of course we're celebrating Mother's Day with memories of moms, including pitcher Colby Lewis.
She was my coach, when I was in T-ball and younger years, and coming up 6, 7, 8 years old, and then she played softball and stuff like that. So she was definitely the active mom out there. My dad wasn't home; she was playing catch with me and doing that kind of stuff. So. She was always there.
I just love that story. Colby said that his dad had to work a couple of jobs. He wanted mom to stay at home, and mom was a really good softball player as a younger person, so she took over the reins as the coach of Colby Lewis in his early baseball career, guys.
All right, John, thank you. Well, mom did a pretty good job then of coaching him up.
Not too bad.
2-0 the count to Carlos Corcoran. Now 2-1 as he fouls that pitch back. Corcoran, Rosales, and Chu here in the fifth inning. Rangers leading 1-0. Corcoran, a fly ball to the left, his first time against Odorizzi. And this one pop foul. That will reach the seats behind home plate. Carlos 1 out of 8 on the trip. But in his 12 starts now, he has reached base safely in 10 of them. Either by a hit or a walk. Got him swinging. Off-speed pitch from Odorizzi, and he gets his 5th strikeout of the afternoon. One away for Adam Rosales.
Second baseman, Adam Rosales.
Well, folks, CBS 11 and TXA 21 bring you Weather Day this Thursday, May 14th. It's before the 1:05 start against the Royals. You can come on out early and enjoy a fun and educational program from the CBS 11 weather team. Then kick back and enjoy a weekday matinee game. Visit TexasRangers.com for tickets. Adam Rosales takes strike one. Rosales skied to center as he led off the third inning. Adam, a 154 average. Odorizzi back to him with strike two. Rosales now has started 5 of the 7 games on this trip at second base. High in the air, down the right field line. Stumbling around, making the catch, Forsythe. And he had to deal with the home plates down there and the railing coming up. Nice play by Logan Forsythe.
Wow, that's an incredible play. Forsythe's gone a long way to get that ball, knowing that he's coming up to the wall. He takes a look down at it once, sees where he's at, reaches out, makes the play. And, you know, he's plays more third base than first base, so he's very mobile. So he got to that ball. Most first basemen aren't going to get down the line that far.
Yeah. So 2 outs. Here is Shin-Soo Choo, who doubled into the right field corner his last time up. 1 for 2. Choo now hitting 176 for the year. And he's ahead of the count. 2 balls and no strikes. Choo now a 10-game hitting streak. Looking to get aboard with 2 outs in the Ranger 5th inning. 3-0. Choo is able to get on base. Elvis Andrus would have another shot at Odorizzi. Right-hander rocks and deals. And Choo swinging on 3-0, drives one to right. A fair ball, and it bounces out of the ballpark. A ground rule double, his 2nd straight 2-bagger. And Choo really put a charge in that. If he gets a little elevation, that's his 4th home run of the year. Instead, it's his 9th double.
He'll take that one. 3-0. He's got the green light. Odorizzi's trying to go away, but again, catch the middle part of the plate. Choo makes him pay. Doesn't miss that fastball inside. Turns on it. One hops it right out of the ballpark.
So Elvis now will try and bring Choo home. And first ball swinging is popped up. Longoria right near the foul line puts it away. That'll do it. Rangers again strand Choo after a double. We played half the ball game. It's the Rangers 1 and the Rays nothing. Mother's Day memory lane, and 5 years ago today, Dallas Braden of the Oakland A's tossing a perfect game against these Tampa Bay Rays. It was 5 years ago in 2010 on Mother's Day, and Dallas Braden get a big hug from Mom, who happened to be in the park that day.
That was a beautiful day, I know, for him and his mom, and obviously the A's organization, but that's a tremendous feat, being able to throw a perfect game anytime, and then especially on Mother's Day with Mom in the house.
Yep. Well, Wandy Rodriguez flirting with that kind of that fame. He has retired the first 12, working a Logan Forsythe starting off the 5th inning. And Forsythe checked his swing in time, according to Dana DeMuth. There's Dallas's mom, and boy, don't you know she was just as happy as she could be. And so was Dallas Braden, for that matter. 2-1, the count to Forsythe. And that big breaking ball from Rodriguez drops over the outside corner.
Wandy keeps throwing it there. He's going to keep getting the call.
That one just hung outside. The count is now full. Forsythe hitting fourth in the order, leading off here in the fifth. Joey Butler, the DH, is waiting in the on-deck circle. Wandy with a payoff pitch. Got him swinging. Rodriguez has just established a new Texas Ranger record with 32 consecutive batter retired. Our T-Mobile game changer. There it is. 32 straight hitters. That is the Ranger record now for most consecutive hitters retired, courtesy of Wandy Rodriguez. Also racked up his fourth strikeout. Now Joey Butler fouls back that first pitch. Butler, a ground ball to second, his first time.
Sorry, Buzz. I wonder if the Rangers really thought they'd be able to get that out of Wandy. 32 consecutive.
I don't know if the Rangers thought it, but obviously the Braves didn't think that. They were the ones that released him at the end into spring training. Yeah, the Rangers said, "Fine, we'll take him on. We have a need for a left-hander, an experienced left-hander." No balls, 2 strikes to Butler. Rodriguez pawing at the dirt, thinking about things, now ready to go. Another 0-2 pitch. Wandy just 58 pitches to get to this point, 1 out in the 5th inning. A few long counts, but he's been able to come up with a pitch when he needed it. 1-2. Saw where Corcoran set that target way outside to begin with. See if he can get Joey Butler to chase. He would not do it. In at the feet of Joey Butler, and it's 2-2.
Make that hitter move every now and then.
Well, how Butler got those feet out of the way, those legs out of the way. 2 balls, 2 strikes. He went around, and he is gone on strikes. Punch out number 5 for Rodriguez, 2 away. And before Asdrubal Cabrera comes up, let's send it back to Aaron Hardigan for a Mazda game break. All right, Aaron, thank you. Right now, Mike Estabrook in a little bit of a heated exchange with Kevin Cash. Estabrook, I think, had thrown Butler out. Kevin Cash went out to get an explanation, and Estabrook said, "No, I don't want to hear it." And now Cash is going to get his money's worth.
He's going to get it all in.
Yep. Second time that Cash has been run from a game in his first managing job at the big league level. He's got that down pretty well. That was a halfway decent argument.
That was really good. I like that. I mean, that's something, I missed from the game, to be perfectly honest. I like those confrontations.
Here's what precipitated it. Estabrook ruled that a swing from his vantage point. And as he walked away from home plate, Mike Estabrook said, "Hey, I don't want to hear any more about it. You go take a shower." And then Kevin Cash came out and said, "Why'd you do that?" Estabrook gave him the same treatment. And also, Kevin Cash probably thinking, hey, we haven't had a base runner yet. Maybe I ought to do something to get these guys fired up.
Right. Break up Wandy's rhythm, something, get these guys a little, you know, hot under the collar, and you never know. Sometimes, as a manager, you have to do that.
Pitch inside to Asdrubal Cabrera, who is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Cabrera hitting from the right side, the side that he has had the most difficulty with this year. Here's a strike. It's 1-2. Cabrera is 3 for 25 against left-handed pitching this year. He's out to about a 120 average. 1-2 the count. And the chopper foul by Cabrera.
Well, it's what manager was you saw had the most fire getting thrown out of a ball game or just coming out for an argument with an umpire?
Probably Earl Weaver. He just this pitch pop foul behind the plate. Corcoran will run out of room. You know, Weaver could argue at the drop of a hat about the color of the sky if he wanted to. No, it didn't take much. A guy that became manager, a guy that you played for, Lou Piniella, would snap as well as anybody. When he did, he went off. Forget it.
Yeah.
You know, it was a good 15-minute rant, and then he'd go in the clubhouse and rant some more.
I loved watching Lou go after him. That was a treat.
Call strike 3. Wandy Rodriguez punches out the side. Asdrubal Cabrera can't believe it, but the Rays are gone. That's 15 straight, set down by the left-hander. 1-0 Rangers after 5. Time now for the Sonic Slam Inning, brought to you by Sonic. Today's jackpot is worth $800 and dinner for 2 at Sonic Drive-In. Today, the Rangers are hitting for Howard Gold from Plano, Texas. And if a Ranger hits a grand slam during the inning, Howard Gold from Plano will win $25,000. You can register at any participating Sonic restaurant. Prince Fielder to start off the Rangers' 6th inning. A 1-0 Ranger lead. Fielder takes strike 1 from Jake Odorizzi. A reminder that Odorizzi has thrown at least 7 innings in all of his previous starts, so he has been out there for close to the duration. Going outside, 1-1 to Prince. Fielder twice has hit relatively soft ground balls up the middle that were handled by the shortstop, Asdrubal Cabrera. This one's pulled on the ground more sharply, but Logan Forsythe, the first baseman, handles it. That is out number 1. Now Adrian Beltre coming to the plate. Let's take a look at our AT&T Uverse Rewind. We'll go back to the 4th inning. Adrian Beltre leading off, and he hit a rocket out of here to dead center field for the only run of the game so far. Beltre with his 3rd home run, 7 RBI, is now tied with Dale Murphy, 398 on the major league list. That's 54th all time. Adrian now at 232 for the season. Right center field, that's hit pretty well into the alley. It's going to stay in the ballpark. Kiermaier, the center fielder, makes the grab. That's out number 2.
Up in 398 for Adrian Beltre with home runs and 54th on the all-time list. Whenever you start talking all-time list, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Because there have been a lot of people that played this game over the years. So anywhere, if you're anywhere on an all-time list, you're doing something.
Yeah, even if it's all-time bubblegum blowing champion or something, it doesn't matter.
Hey,
you're right.
You're right.
If you're on an all-time list, it is something to be very proud of. Kyle Blanks fouls back that first pitch. 0-1. Blanks has struck out and flied to right field. Rangers with 5 hits this afternoon. 2 of them have been by Shin-Soo Choo for doubles. And of course, Adrian with the bomb to center, leading off the 4th. Tom Foley, the bench coach, appears to be in charge now. We would think that would be the line of succession after Kevin Cash got run out. We understand that it wasn't Joey Butler that got thrown out initially in that fracas last half inning. It was the hitting coach, Derek Shelton, who voiced his displeasure over one of his hitters being treated unceremoniously. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hitting coach sticking up for his guys.
Yeah, and you got to do that. You know, he can. The hitting coach can get the rest of the team fired up as well as the manager. So to have them both go out, yeah, that definitely says something to the team. Hey, these guys are here; they're sticking up for us. So you got to go out there and do something.
Kyle Blanks taking that next pitch high. It's now a full count. Blanks with 2 outs trying to get aboard Carlos Peguero. Would love to get a shot at Odorizzi here in the 6th inning. Payoff pitch on the way. Got him swinging. Strikeout number 6 for Odorizzi. Rangers down in order. After 5.5, Wandy Rodriguez and the Rangers leading the Rays 1-0. Folks, this coming Saturday, that's May 16th, the first 15,000 fans 14 and older will receive a Texas Rangers camel cap. That's courtesy of Fanatics. Come on out and join us at Globe Life Park. Rangers taking on the Cleveland Indians, and pick up your Rangers camel cap. Get tickets at TexasRangers.com. Wandy Rodriguez to start the 6th inning, delivering a strike to Tim Beckham. Bottom third of the order. Wandy with 15 straight sent down in this ball game. And he's out in front of Tim Beckham. No balls and 2 strikes. Rodriguez has struck out 6, 3 in a row, and 4 of the last 5. Beckham had a fly ball to center his first time up there. 0-2 pitch. Beckham a 2.03 average as he faces Rodriguez. Line drive, base hit to left field. A leadoff single by Tim Beckham here in the 6th, and that breaks the consecutive hitters retired streak for Wandy Rodriguez. It's still a franchise record, 34 in a row for the left-hander. Boy, that is quite a run for Wandy Rodriguez.
Pretty impressive. He's ahead of Beckham here. Goes with a fastball, trying to get it in. Stayed out over the plate just a little bit too much. Beckham turns on it and just passed Beltre. Almost got there.
Now dealing to Kevin Kiermaier. Hits the bottom of the strike zone. It's 0-1. Well, the first hit of the day against Wandy Rodriguez. First base runner against him. A leadoff single in the 6th inning. Kiermaier, a fly ball to left. His only time up. And he takes strike 2. Kiermaier following the lead of a lot of Rays hitters who have been dissatisfied with Mike Estabrook's strike zone this afternoon. 0-2 pitch. And the about 20,000 umpires that showed up to watch this ball game in the stands, not real happy with it either. 1-2. Slowly hit out to Rosales, and now he's going to. Adam got Beckham to stop and was thinking about throwing to first and realized he might not be able to get Kiermaier, who runs well. Well, they end up getting a force play, removing Beckham from the base paths for out number 1.
See Rosales playing over in the hole. The ball gets by Wandy up the middle. Rosie gets Beckham to stop, which is what you want to do, but Kiermaier can fly, so that play has to happen quickly in order for you to be able to get 2. But the one thing in a double play situation, you always want to make sure you get 1.
And preferably the lead guy?
Preferably the lead guy. So he did a good job there getting that lead guy.
Now Kiermaier, who runs very well at first base with 1 out. Rene Rivera, the catcher, who is 0 for 1 after a pop out to second in the 3rd inning. Wandy Rodriguez able to start him off with a slow hook for strike 1. Rivera checking down third base with Charlie Montoya down there. See if there's a word from Kevin Cash or whoever's running the show right now. Tom Foley, the bench coach. See what they may have in mind. We mentioned the Rays not a big running team, although Kiermaier with great speed, 0 for 1 in stolen base attempts. So he has not figured out his base stealing ability yet. Pitch is a strike and a throw behind him. Kiermaier able to get back with the dive.
You know, Buzz, you'll have a lot of guys that are really fast, on the field, but that doesn't always translate into being able to steal bases. There is an art to it other than just being fast or quick.
What are some of the things that you have to be, other than just fast, what do you have to be adept at to be a good base stealer?
Number one, you've got to be able to read pitchers. Whether what their move is, especially left-handers. That's one thing you've got to be able to do. And the other thing is you have to be able to take a consistent lead. Right now, out of the 4 pitches that he's been up, or the 3 pitches that he's been up there on, he's had a different size lead every time. So as a base stealer, you've got to get out there and get a consistent lead, whether you're stealing the base or not stealing the base. And a veteran like Wandy knows that right now, if he tried to steal, it's a good chance Corcoran's going to throw him out because he doesn't have his maximum lead. So a lot of those things, a lot of the little things add up to being able to be a base stealer, not somebody who can just run, but a base stealer, and there's a huge difference.
Rodriguez, a long look over to first, the 1-2 pitch. That hit him. Breaking ball, and Wandy jerked it across the strike zone right at the feet of Rene Rivera and plunked him. That puts runners at first and second with 1 out for the top of the batting order. Now Mike Maddox going to scurry out to the mound and give Wandy an opportunity to kind of settle down a little bit.
Rivera didn't know which way to go.
No. He's got that shin guard on there, but I don't think it was to protect him against balls bouncing out of the dirt when he was hitting.
No.
Well, Mike out there talking to the 36-year-old veteran, Wandy Rodriguez, along with Elvis Andrus and Carlos Corcoran. Rays in this inning have had a hit and a hit batter. Have runners at first and second with 1 out. Brandon Geyer coming up for his 3rd at bat of the afternoon. Just getting a little stirring down in the Ranger bullpen. Nobody is up and throwing yet. A couple of guys stretching. No active throwing going on, so ball game right now in the hands of Wandy Rodriguez. Brandon Geyer twice this afternoon has grounded a short. Rangers would love to see it the 3rd time, turned it into a double play.
Smart move by Wandy there, knowing that, hey, the Rays are trying to get something going. They've got a guy at second base who's fast, can probably swipe third, so he's keeping an eye on him, letting him know that, hey, I'm not going to forget about you out there.
And Adam Rosales doing his part, trying to sneak in behind Kiermaier a bit, cut down his lead. 1 ball and no strikes. Let's see, with the shading of the infield around to the left for Geyer, puts Rosales in the proximity of third base. Base hit to left field. Kiermaier coming around third. Here comes the throw. He is safe. Geyer with the RBI single. The Rays have come back to tie this ball game at 1. Geyer drives in his 11th run of the year.
Wandy throws him a slow breaking ball down in the zone, but Geyer stayed right with it. Ripped it into left field out to Peguero. Peguero comes up. Has to wait on it to get the right hop. Comes up pretty quick firing. Nice throw by Peguero.
Boy, and on turf, Kiermaier showing you how fast he really is. That ball got to Peguero in no time, and he got rid of it very quickly. Still not able to get it. So a run in. Still runners at first and second and 1 out. Steven Souza, who has struck out both times that he has faced Rodriguez today, is at the plate. Souza, one of the 2 3-run home runs in last night's game for the Rays. He had 1. Longoria had 1. Now Wandy Rodriguez falling behind at 2 balls and no strikes. Quick note on Brandon Geyer, by the way, that RBI, his 8th in the last 10 ball games. He is smoking hot as far as driving in runs. Changeup floats outside. 3 balls and no strikes. And this is the guy you would rather get, preferably to end the inning, because if you don't, you have to face Evan Longoria, who waits to be next. 3-0 pitch. In at the knees. Sousa waiting. And pops the pitch up. Foul territory, and it's going to be right on top of the Rays dugout. One big bounce back into the seats. The count is now full. Sousa having a moment to talk to himself about swinging the bat at that pitch.
You know, hitters do a lot of that. They really do. It's not always so good at times.
Yeah.
Either, so.
Yeah. Payoff pitch. High and tight, ball 4. That loads him up for Longoria. First walk of the game issued by Wandy Rodriguez. You saw Kelly Keller down there in the Ranger bullpen. He is heating up in a hurry. So I don't know that he could be ready, even given the extra time that Carlos Corcoran is affording him right now by walking out to talk to Rodriguez. We talked about Evan Longoria in the pregame, and in case you happen to miss that, career runners in scoring position against the Rangers, a .424 average, 46 ball games. He's driven in 50 in these situations at .1235 OPS. And he takes ball 1 from Wandy Rodriguez. Today, Longoria has popped out and flied out. As Rivera, Geyer, and Sousa, third, second, and first, 1 out, a 1-1 ball game. 1 ball and 1 strike.
No reason.
This year, Longoria has been struggling in these situations, but lately he's 3 for his last 5. And seeing somebody in a Texas uniform out there, I'm sure makes it even a more comfortable situation for him. 2-1.
Wandy's definitely got to try to make Longoria swing at his pitch. Get him off balance somehow.
Longoria against left-handed pitching this year, 10 for 21. Line drive, stabbed by Elvis. He'll turn it into a double play. How about that play? Elvis Andrus, the full extension, turns it into a twin killing, and the Rays are gone in the 6th. They do tie it, but they leave 2 on to the 7th. 1-1 the score. Ryan Beltre in the fourth inning. His third home run of the year, a solo blast, and that was what Wandy Rodriguez had to work with. Rodriguez retired the first 15 that he faced. Consecutive hitters over 2 games, 34, but then Brandon Guyer able to single to left field, Kevin Kiermaier in to score, and that tied the ball game as we head to the 7th inning. And Wandy Rodriguez bailed out also by a great play by Elvis Andrus with Longoria hitting, and the bases loaded. A 1-1 game. Longoria scorched a ball that Elvis laid out for. Turned into a double play. This is how the bottom of the 6th ended.
Longoria hits a bullet up the middle. Elvis dives to his left, comes up with it, flips it over to Rosie at second for the double play. That was a smash.
Jake Odorizzi back out there now, dealing to Carlos Peguero. Carlos 1 out of 2, a bunt single in the second, a strikeout in the 4th inning. Got him swinging. 7 strikeouts now for Odorizzi. 1 gone for Leonys Martin.
Odorizzi just went up the ladder on Peguero, got ahead of him with a fastball, finished him off with a fastball up out of the zone.
Leonys had a base hit to right in the 2nd inning. Last time up, grounded to second base. 1 out of 2, hitting at .218 as he looks at strike 1. Odorizzi back to the plate. Knocks that ground ball down and will recover in time to throw out Leonys. 2 gone. And looking down at the Ranger bullpen, Keone Kela had sat down at the end of the bottom of the 6th, but he's back up and throwing. So it could be that we have seen all of Wandy Rodriguez we're going to see this afternoon.
Yeah, that might be it. I'm thinking it probably is.
Folks, a reminder that tonight on Fox Sports Live, a jam-packed weekend of sports, all the Major League Baseball highlights, NBA and NHL playoff coverage, and we'll tell you who won the Players' Championship. Stay here for a simulcast of Fox Sports Live tonight at midnight right here on Fox Sports Southwest. We'll revise that at 10 o'clock tonight. Replay of Fox Sports Live. Carlos Corporate 0 for 2, a fly ball and a strikeout. Off the end of the bat, that's going to settle into center field for a base hit. A little cue shot from Carlos Corporate, gets the base hit. He is aboard, and Adam Rosales now will come up. For the Rangers, that is their 6th hit of the day against Jake Odorizzi.
Odorizzi trying to go down. That sinker stayed up a little bit. Corpy got it off the end of the bat. He's happy about that one.
Adam Rosales 0 for 2 with a fly out and a pop out. And the Rays playing Rosales way around to the left on the infield. Outfield basically straight away. You see the second baseman Beckham a good 5 steps over toward the shortstop position beyond second base. That is out of play down the right side. 1 ball and 1 strike.
You know, it's got to be uncomfortable. Maybe not for Beckham because he's played some short, but if you're an everyday second baseman and that's the only position you play, to go over on the shortstop side of the bag has got to be a little bit uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. Just a little unsettling because you're not used to throwing it that far. And Beckham's played short, so and his arm is more than strong enough to make that play over to first base. But for most guys, that's a little unsettling.
They needed to move down there at first base. Not really interested in the appeal, so he stayed in that position. 2 balls and a strike to Rosales. Now 2-2. Well, that was one thing I remember, Mac, when the team started doing that big shift on left-handed hitters with the second baseman you way out on right field. A lot of guys said, hey, I'm not comfortable with making that throw. I've never made it before in my life from straightaway right field.
That's unsettling too. The first time I did it was against Ken Herbeck, and I mean I'm literally in right field.
Yeah.
And that's, you get a ground ball. It's like, okay, I'm not used to throwing it from this far.
Right.
Typically, that second baseman, you can sidearm wing it over there, but from that far out in the outfield, you've got to put something on it. It's a little different.
Well, when you almost need a cutoff, man. I mean, you're kind of out of your range. 3-2 to Rosales. So with 2 outs now, Corcoran will be off and moving with the next pitch from Odorizzi. Softly into left center. That's going to fall for a base hit, and Corcoran will continue on around to third. And the Rangers, with 2 outs, have runners at first and third for Shin-Soo Choo. And that is going to be it for Jake Odorizzi. So with the left-hander Choo coming up, Tom Foley is going to head out to the mound and make the pitching change. It'll be the left-hander Xavier Cedeno. So pitching change underway here in St. Pete. Rangers and Rays tied at 1. We're back after this on Fox Sports Southwest. Seventh, 2003. It was Mother's Day, and Rafael Palmeiro with his 500th career home run on Mother's Day 12 years ago. Boy, it doesn't seem like it was that long ago.
It doesn't. Wow.
Rafi banging it out of the ballpark, and number 500 in his great career. Here's Xavier Cedeno, and Cedeno misses inside to Shin-Soo Choo. 1 ball and no strikes. Cedeno appearing in his 7th ball game, primarily a left-handed specialist. The 3 2/3 innings of work. Opposition hitting .286 against him. Rangers with runners at first and third and 2 outs in a 1-1 game. And that breaking ball hangs inside to Choo. It is 2-0. Shin-Soo with back-to-back doubles his last 2 times to the plate. Average up to 185 now. Cedeno reads his signs. The left-hander will check Rosales at first. For Choo, he is starting his 7th straight game in that leadoff spot, the entire road trip. Shin-Soo has been up in the leadoff position, and he's done a very good job getting on base the entire trip. 2-1 now.
Yeah, I think he feels pretty comfortable in that leadoff spot. And it's typically where he's hit in the past. So I think it's not really a coincidence that he's swinging the bat much better back in that leadoff hole.
Cedeno nods in agreement. The left-hander is ready. Rangers a run on 7 hits. They have had back-to-back 2-out hits here in the 7th. Had the same thing going in the 2nd and couldn't get the big hit. See if Chu can get the big base knock here. That's out of play to the left. The count is even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Shin-Soo Choo, we talked about back-to-back doubles. The first one, hit a bullet close to the line into the right field corner. Next time up, he only lacked altitude from hitting this ball out. One skip right near the foul pole and went out of the ballpark. Battling a pretty tough left-hander in Xavier Cedeno now. Corcoran coming down the line from third. Rosales at first. The 2-2 pitch. Ground ball to the right side. Stopped by Beckham. He gets up and throws him out. Nice play by Tim Beckham, and that thwarts the Ranger rally in the 7th. They leave 2. Stretch time in St. Pete, a 1-1 game. And now, please join the folks here at Tropicana Field as they honor America with the singing of God Bless America.
America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairie to the ocean wide with foam. God bless America, my home sweet home. God bless America, my home sweet home.
It's time for the 7th inning stretch. Brought
That's Dr. Pepper and the Texas Rangers are teaming up for savings at Globe Life Park. Enter Dr. Pepper as the coupon code at TexasRangers.com/specials, or you can bring any Dr. Pepper can to the ballpark for savings of at least 25%. It's the perfect way to watch your Rangers when they return to Arlington to play the Kansas City Royals Monday through Thursday.
No,
Keone Kela out there to start the 7th inning. And he called home plate umpire Mike Estabrook out there. And apparently they want to have some repairs to the mound done. And that's the best we can figure out. We've got the crew chief, Dana DeMuth, over at the Rays dugout on the first base side. In the meantime, we'll tell you about Keone appearing in his 16th ball game of the year. He is 2-1, a 193 earned run average. Opponent sitting 259 against the 22-year-old. And now the grounds crew going to come out there and see what they can do. And it looks like the hole in front of the pitching rubber is just too large, too deep. Now, while they repair this hole in front of the pitching rubber, let's send it back to Aaron Hardigan for a Mazda game break. All right, Aaron, thank you. Out there trying to get the dirt away so they can put some more clay in there, get it adhered to the hole there in front of the pitching rubber. And, each pitcher digs out a little bit in front of that pitching rubber, and sometimes you get one that's off-center from where you like to pitch. You can see that's kind of an uneven hole that has been dug there by the starters in this game, Jake Odorizzi and Wandy Rodriguez. And Keone Kela didn't really like the way that was feeling to his foot pushing off. And the last thing you want to do is have a situation where you're trying to pitch off of uneven ground and your command suffers. Well, here's the DraftKings players to watch. And Paul Goldschmidt today 5 for 11 in his career against Andrew Kachner. How about Eric Ibar of the Angels today at Houston, a .424 career average against Scott Feldman and Giancarlo Stanton. The big bomber, a couple of home runs in his career against Ryan Vogelsong. Go to DraftKings.com and enter the coupon code DTOWN. The crew now tamping down the front of that pitching rubber. They have it filled in, and they're going to make sure that it doesn't come up anymore for Keone so he can get his footing.
Yeah, Buzz, talking about that hole there, it's the same thing for hitters. Sometimes you'll have, guys in the batter's box dig a big hole, and there's a big valley there. And a lot of times there are other hitters that can't be in that hole, so they end up trying to be on either one side or the other of it. And I've never really seen anybody call timeout for the batter's box to be repaired.
Yeah.
You just have to find someplace comfortable that you can get to, and sometimes it happens to be up on that hill on either side of that on the valley that you're out there dealing with.
Seen some guys try to take a jackhammer out there and dig themselves a different hole.
Yeah, but that's a little different though, because back in the day, you saw a guy in there trying to do that.
Yeah.
What would you do?
Well, I don't know if I would have taken offense to it, but I would have let him know that I was a little concerned. concerned for his safety.
And how would you do that? Yeah, that was one of the things that was told to me as soon as I got to the big leagues. Make sure there are certain guys that you didn't do things to when you got in the batter's box. Don't dig in on this guy. Don't try to bunt on this guy unless you want to wear one in your rib cage.
Yeah, messages were a lot less subtle back a few years. So, Keone Kela going to work. Logan Forsythe starting off the 7th inning, a 1-1 ball game. Forsythe 0 for 2 today. He's flied to center and struck out. And Kela gets the inside corner call at the knees. 1-2. Now, Logan Forsythe, a .282 average. Facing Keone Kela. That big overhand curveball is in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Keone out there to start the 7th inning, taking over for Wandy Rodriguez. Wandy, another superb outing. 6 innings of work, just 2 hits and a run, and all that damage came in the 6th inning after he had retired the first 15 hitters that he had faced. Wandy Rodriguez setting a new Ranger franchise record. And Forsythe gone on strikes. That hook got him. And Kella strikes out the first man he sees.
Nice pitching by Keone. He just went right after him. Had him in the fastball, and then he comes with a breaking ball right here. Changeup, it looks like. Bottom dropped out of it. Forsythe had no chance at that one.
1 out. Here is Joey Butler now to face Keone Kella. Butler has grounded out and struck out. .217 average, and he got the breaking ball on the first pitch. 0-1. Butler, a home run, 4 driven in, handling the DH chores here this afternoon. Off-speed pitch stayed high. 1 ball and 1 strike. Now Keone Kella looking more and more comfortable almost every time out there. He is really settling in nicely and having that 94, 95 mile an hour fastball to go along with his hook doesn't hurt a bit.
Not at all. I think most guys are pretty comfortable when they're throwing 94, 95 and strikes.
1-2 pitch on the way. Last time we saw Keone a couple days ago here in Tampa, the first game of the series. Worked an inning with a strikeout. Only used 13 pitches. Got him swinging. Well, Butler caught in between, and he is gone on strikes. Back-to-back punch-outs to open up the 7th for Kella.
Well, you know, everybody knows about Keone's 94, 95 mile an hour fastball. He's gotten 2 strikeouts on off-speed pitches, and that's what you've got to be able to do. You know, guys are going to be geared up for it. You're still going to throw it. It's not going to keep you from throwing it, but you've got to be able to mix in the off-speed pitch to get them off of that fastball.
2 outs. Here's Asdrubal Cabrera, who has struck out both times today. He takes high for ball 1. And first time today that Cabrera has been able to turn around and hit from the left side. .207 season average. One ball and 1 strike. Yeah, and that our pitch tracker showed Keone working to Joey Butler. All the fastballs were up. The breaking balls kind of starting on the same plane. And that's got to make it tough for a hitter when you have a guy that throws in the mid-90s with a fastball. And yeah, you look at these, and 2, 3, and 4 there, the fastball's up. And then you get breaking balls 1 and 5 there that start kind of on the same plane. Tough to check your swing on those things.
Definitely tough, especially when you get to 2 strikes, because you're thinking, hey, here it comes, and all of a sudden it's a breaking ball. You know, not only were those 3 pitches, 2, 3, and 4 up, but they were in as well.
Mm-hmm. The numbers for Cabrera, batting left-handed as opposed to right-handed. He pops that next pitch foul that goes up, and that may be one that didn't come down. Nobody saw it.
No one on the field, that's for sure.
Yep. Oh, 3-2. The count to Cabrera. 1-1 ball game. We play in the bottom of the 7th inning. Rays here at home this year, 9-9. They have been a better road team in the early going. Rangers have been a better road team in the early going. They are also 9-9. Payoff pitch. Check swing, ball 4. And the appeal down to third, and Ed Hickok said, nope, no swing. Oh, 2-out walk puts Cabrera aboard, and now Tim Beckham will come out. Beckham had the first hit, was the first base runner against Wandy Rodriguez. He led off the 6th inning with a solid single to left field. Rodriguez checks Cabrera. And Beckham coming out of his shoes, swinging at that fastball. 0-1.
Keone going right after him with the fastball. And he'll say, hey, here it is. Let's see what you can do. Let's see if you can hit it.
And Keller on a pretty good roll, too. That confidence is based on good results. Last 6 ball games coming into today. He's worked 6 1/3 innings and only given up 1 unearned run. Well, he has been getting results. And that batting average against is dropping. Right-handers now hitting below 200 against Keller. Of course, he had his first and second major league wins in the last week. 1-1, the count to Beckham. Well, that's a pretty devastating combo he's got going today.
That really is. When you see that fastball high up in the zone or at the top of the strike zone, and all of a sudden you get this hard-breaking ball, as a hitter, you're thinking you're seeing fastball, and all of a sudden you've already committed to the swing, and the ball bounces. And, you know, so you'll have people saying, why did he swing at that ball that bounced? Yeah. Well, there's a reason. He pretty much got set up, you know, earlier in the count.
That's in the dirt. Corcoran recovers, but throws late. Ball just too far out in front of home plate, and Cabrera advances into scoring position. Wild pitch. Corcoran did all he could to scramble after that, but just too far away from him.
You know, this was another situation where Cabrera read that ball was going to bounce, and seeing a couple of them that have already bounced and got away from Corcoran, he wasn't able to catch him clean, but just block him. Cabrera you saw that ball on a downward incline and said, I'm going to go and take my chances, and it worked out for him.
Well, that's great anticipation and a great jump. No, the count of 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Cabrera in scoring position. Beckham asked for time, and now Corcoran is going to go out and talk to Keone Keller.
You know, this is one of those conversations where they're going over making sure what signs they're using. This is the first time Keller's had a runner at second base, so you want to make sure that you're not going to make a mistake and get crossed up here or throw the wrong pitch at the wrong time. So Corpy's gone out there to go over that and make sure, hey, we're on the same page.
And just after a wild pitch, he might be reminding Keone, hey, go ahead and throw that breaking ball. If we call it, go ahead and throw it in the dirt. I'll block it. Everything will be all right. Don't worry about that last wild pitch. You know, that's on me. I've got to keep that thing close to me. Now he's set for the 2-2. Hard hit ground ball, but right at Elvis. And that'll do it. Good job by Keller to work around the walk and the wild pitch. Rays strand a runner. We're going to the 8th inning. Rangers 1, Rays 1. Fox Sports Southwest.
Mother's Day. Thank you for everything.
Carlos Corcoran, well, he has gotten all decked out, as John Radigan told you. He's going to have more pink on there than any other Ranger this afternoon. He got that special chest protector made up. Great to see on Mother's Day, everybody honoring the breast cancer awareness that goes along with Mother's Day from Major League Baseball. Rangers and Rays deadlocked at 1 as Elvis Andrus will start things off here in the 7th. And a new pitcher on the mound. It'll be the third hurler this afternoon. Kevin Jepsen, hard-throwing right-hander, has come in to take over. Elvis 0 for 3, a pop out, a ground out, and a strikeout. Jepsen throwing that breaking ball in for strike 1. Numbers on Kevin Jepsen. 14th appearance of the year, that 0-1 mark. 182 opponent's batting average, so he is a difficult guy to work against. There's that breaking ball in for strike 2. Jepsen, a big guy at 6'3", about 235 pounds. Basically a fastball curveball pitcher. You saw that sweeping breaking ball on 2 pitches to Elvis. And another one that Elvis able to fight off. Still 0-2.
That was what you call an emergency hack right there. Realizing that ball was going to break in for a strike. And Elvis didn't want any part of taking a called third strike.
Jepsen nods in agreement, sets. Another 0-2 pitch. Did he go? He did not. Field down to Dana DeMuth down there. And the 14,521 umpires that showed up. Not happy with that. That's our official count on the number of umpires we have here this afternoon. Fastball high. The count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Elvis trying to get aboard to start this Ranger 8th inning. Rangers looking to snap a mini 2-game losing streak at the hands of the Rays. Just able to stay alive on that foul tip. Still 2-2. Elvis on this road trip now, 6 for 27. He's just 2 for 16 in this series. And that fastball just missed the outside corner.
They roll all the other umpires.
Yeah.
Just off the plate.
Echo pitch tracker showing you that to be a very accurate call by Mike Estabrook. And ball 4. Elvis draws the leadoff walk. Well, the Rangers have the go-ahead run aboard with nobody out, and the big guy's coming up, Prince Fielder. Well, the Royals coming into town. Rangers finish up with this series, then it's back home, and the American League leaders and RBI. Our Ford leaderboard has Nelson Cruz on top with 27. Then Eric Hosmer will be in town starting tomorrow with 25. Mark Teixeira and Stephen Vogt also with 25. Royals and Rangers begin a 4-game series tomorrow at Globe Life Park. Prince Fielder, who is 0 for 3, takes outside for ball 1. Fielder has grounded out all 3 times today. Elvis stepping off a lead at first base. And ball 2 misses.
Look at the outfielders. They're all back as far as they could possibly get. If that ball is going to get over one of the outfielders' heads, it's going to be a souvenir. Now, it can also work the opposite way. If he bloops it in somewhere, Elvis may have a chance to score, especially if he's going to get, a blooper in the gap somewhere.
2-0 pitch. That is a strike. 2-1. Kind of a derisive cheer, I would think, from the fans. Two balls and a strike. In the dirt. Boy, Forsythe, a nice job of short hopping that ball. That gets by Forsythe. That's into the bullpen area, and Elvis is probably on third. 2-1 to Prince. Now 3-1. No, Jepson being very careful, not wanting to give Fielder anything even remotely hittable on the inside part of the plate. 3 balls and a strike, nobody out. Fielder trying to get aboard to join Elvis Andrus. Adrian Beltre is going to be next. Staying out there, and Fielder fouls it back. It's 3-2.
You know Prince is going to be swinging sooner or later. Another fastball out. It's a little bit off the plate. Prince has some great plate coverage. With most hitters, they don't just cover the plate. They can cover an inch or two off the plate and still barrel that ball up. Beltre is another one that can do that.
Elvis the lead. He is on the move. The pitch outside, ball 4. And back-to-back walks open up the Ranger 8th inning. They have runners at first and second, nobody out, and Beltre coming up.
Third baseman, Adrian Beltre.
You see Jepson not giving up, not going to give Prince something good to hit that he can hit out of the ballpark. Every pitch to Prince was outside, either on the corner or off the plate. And that's what you've got to do as a pitcher. You've got to make sure I don't, let that one guy or two guys beat you by giving them, serving them something up.
And if the early returns from the Rangers the first 6 weeks of the season are any indication, Fielder's the guy you're not going to let beat you. You deal with Beltre right now. Now that may all change in a couple of weeks if Adrian heats up. But right now it's Prince Fielder.
Right, and over the course of the season, it's going to go back and forth.
Yeah.
Hopefully it won't be too much back and forth. It'll still be, maybe they can both be hot at the same time.
There you go. Delino DeShields in as a pinch runner for Prince Fielder. So 2 on, nobody out. Beltre spins away from the breaking ball that stays inside for ball 1. Adrian 1 for 3 today. Had the leadoff home run in the 4th inning. His 3rd of the year. And he has had good success against Kevin Jepson. 7 for 16 with a home run. Base hit to left field. Elvis being waved around third. And the throw coming on, it's cut off. Beltre gives the Rangers a 2-1 lead with his 8th RBI of the year. And Adrian's mastery over Kevin Jepson continues.
Well, this is the guy you want to have at the plate. Beltre is a run producer. When guys get out there on base, Beltre finds a way to get him in more times than not. Jepson gives him a pitch, a breaking ball, and a mistake pitch. Beltre didn't miss it, drills it into left field, scores Elvis easily from second base. Great piece of hitting by Beltre again.
Mac, that's another place where the Rays playing that outfield very, very deep gave Elvis carte blanche. I mean, he could go home with never a worry about being thrown out.
No chance to get Elvis. They're not going to have a chance to get DeShields either. They might have a chance on a below-average runner when they're playing that deep. The turf is going to speed the ball up, getting to them, obviously a little bit quicker than grass. But still, you can only be back so far.
Right. And with blanks at the plate now, the outfield has come in just a little bit. Rangers have regained the lead. It is 2-1. DeShields at second, blanks at the plate. The first pitch inside for ball 1. Kyle has struck out twice and flied out today, 0 for 3. DeShields the pinch runner at second. Adrian Beltre, after the RBI single, is at first. Jepson a check of second. Now he's going to make the little inside move to make sure DeShields doesn't have any designs on going to third. And Delino will in a heartbeat if you give him the opportunity.
Yeah, he's not afraid to steal third base. Even though there are no outs, runners at first and second.
Jepson able to even the count up at 1-1.
Yeah, you want to be careful in this situation, stealing the base. You let your big fella swing the bat. Now, if that pitcher's up there kicking the moon, as we say, then you know you have third base. That's when you take it.
See the American League stolen base leaders. Houston way out in front of Detroit and the Rangers. Houston with 36 already. Double play ground ball. And now DeShields is caught off second base. He forgot that he had Beltre behind him. And he was just thinking he was at second all by himself. And that's going to turn into a double play. Adrian kind of walking around like, what just happened? Both DeShields and Beltre caught in that play.
Yeah, DeShields didn't know Beltre was on first base, thought the ball was in front of him. No need to run there, but it was a force, so yes, he had to go. Still kind of confused on what was going on.
So that turns into your basic 5-4-5 double play.
You see that all the time.
Yeah. You must have written that down, what, 4 or 5 times last week. It's kind of like that 4-5-4 triple play that was turned the other day.
Yes. There are a lot of people confused on that play as well.
No, 2 outs now. Carlos Peguero taking outside, 2 balls, no strikes. Kyle Blanks at first on the fielder's choice. Peguero, a bunt single, and a pair of strikeouts. Jay Stingler and Adrian Beltre consoling Delino DeShields. After Adrian probably said, what were you thinking? Delino probably said, I don't know. I obviously wasn't thinking about the right thing.
We lost it out there for a minute. Plays like that, you're gonna see young players make those kind of mistakes. Unfortunately, that's just part of it. There are times you don't know the outs, you may not know the situation, and hopefully, as your career goes on, those mistakes become fewer and fewer.
And Peguero draws the walk. That's the 3rd walk the Rangers have been issued by Kevin Jepson in this inning. And that is going to do it for the right-hander. Going to make the call for Ernesto Frieri to come in from the bullpen. So Jepson gives up the go-ahead run on 3 walks and a base hit. Frieri coming on. We'll take another timeout. Rangers leading 2-1. We're back after this. Will jet home tonight after the ball game. Take on Kansas City for 4 to open up the homestand. Then Cleveland Indians come in next weekend. The Rangers have an off day on Monday and on to Boston, New York, and Cleveland for the next road trip. Ernesto Frieri into the ball game now, and here it's runners at first and second. A run across for the Rangers to take the lead, and he is dealing to Leonys Martin. Martin 1 for 3 this afternoon. Frieri, the 29-year-old from Bolivar, Colombia. The changeup and had Leonys just a tad out in front. Second time we've seen Frieri in this series. Leonys trying to punch across another run here. Popped up. Coming back Rivera, but he's going to run out of room. That's back in the third row. Numbers for Frieri, his 14th ball game. Opponents not having all that much success against him. Just 208 the average, 11 strikeouts in just under 14 innings. Frieri, a free agent signee over the winter. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Well, the Rangers in this inning have had 3 walks, a big base hit by Adrian Beltre. And they have taken a 2-1 lead. Sean Tollison ready in the Ranger bullpen. Well, you would figure he would come out to pitch the 8th inning. The 1-2 pitch. That will even things up.
Frieri pitched well in his one outing against the Rangers the other day. Typically, the Rangers hit him pretty well. I remember him back in his Angel days. And, they've done some damage against him.
Yeah, he could not close out a game against the Rangers to save his life. Over but low, and the count is now full. So with 2 outs, both Kyle Blanks and Carlos Peguero will be off and moving with the pitch to Leonys Martin. Leonys trying to keep this going. Carlos Corporan swinging a bat in the on-deck circle. 3-2 with 2 outs. Payoff pitch on the way. Ripped foul. And we'll reset, try it again.
Frieri trying to go down and away. Kept it down, but caught a lot of part of the plate. Leonys just pulled it foul.
Frieri gets the sign. He's going to check the runners. And we'll make a little inside move, but Blank's not leaving early. Another 3-2 is coming, and time has been called. Rangers a couple of runs on 8 hits this afternoon. The Rays 1 run on just 2 hits. Rangers trying to push across some insurance in the 8th inning. Leonys at .216 with the average as he faces Frieri. Martin back in the lineup last night, took an 0-fer after missing 4 games with that sprained left wrist. We're ready to go again. Foul territory down the left field line. Going out Longoria, he slides and makes a fantastic catch in the Rangers bullpen. Evan Longoria flashing you some Gold Glove leather. And Adrian Beltre has to admire that begrudgingly. Wow. Rangers take the lead with 1. It's 2-1 Texas.
victory over the Astros. They're now trying to hold on and finish the road trip the same way they started it, although they wouldn't mind getting a couple of insurance runs when they come back up to bat. Tomorrow, they'll be back home. They'll begin a 7-game homestand. It's the first of a back-to-back 4-game series, and this one's against the American League champions. The Kansas City Royals come calling. Colby Lewis with that sub-1 ERA in his last 2 starts on the mound. AT&T U-verse reminds you we'll be on the air at 7. Rangers Live comes your way at 6:30 tomorrow as the Rangers take on the American League champion Royals. Guys.
All right, John, thank you. Well, Sean Tollison has come out of the Ranger bullpen now to take over in the 8th inning. So Keone Kellogg, the pitcher of record now, worked an inning of shutout baseball, a walk and 2 strikeouts. And now it's Sean Tollison appearing for the 13th time this year. And he is going after Kevin Kiermaier. It's a swinging strike 1. Kiermaier, the 8th hitter in the Rays order. The defensive changes. Carlos Peguero has moved from left over to right. And Jake Smolinski has entered the ballgame, taking over in left field. Kiermaier 0 for 2. And he tried to check his swing. He was not successful. And that is strike 2. Ed Hickox ringing up that right fist down there at third. Kiermaier, a .250 average for the year. That ball bounces into home plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Last time we saw Sean Tollison was the opener here in Tampa Bay. Worked an inning, gave up a run. 17 pitches in that frame. Had a couple of strikeouts. Gave up the home run to Kiermaier, as a matter of fact. And a line drive base hit reached Sean Tollison here from Kiermaier today. Speed on the base pass. Kevin Kiermaier aboard with a leadoff single. And Rene Rivera will come to the plate.
Ollie trying to go inside, down and in. Sees, misses the glove, leaves that ball out over the middle of the plate, up in the zone. Kiermaier jumps all over it, drills it into right field.
Echo pitch tracker showing you the danger zone up there. Out over the plate a bit and up. Rivera hit by a pitch his last time up there. We'll see if he's asked to bunt in this situation. No bunt shown, and he takes ball 1. I think a guy hitting 9th in the order with the tying run at first base, nobody out in the 8th inning, you'd, in most cases, want him to bunt him over. But apparently that's not the Ray way of doing things. At least on that first pitch.
Not yet, anyway.
Rivera settling back in that box. Kiermaier, a modest lead for the moment at first base.
There are a couple of ways you can go here. You can go hit and run, which I doubt they'll do right now, or you can put a sacrifice bunt down, or just let Rivera swing away. Typically in this situation, you are going to bunt the run over and get him in the scoring position down by a run.
Tollison a long hold, shows bunt this time, and Rivera pulling the bat back. 2 balls and no strikes. Now the Rays not a big bunting team. They've only had 3 sacrifice bunts this year. Echo pitch tracker showing you that last pitch could have been called a strike, but wasn't. 2-0 the count. Kiermaier, as we mentioned earlier, not a big stolen base guy. He's 0 for 1 this year in that department. Establishing a pretty good lead, though, now. He has lengthened that out about a half step. The bunt is down, and it's going to roll into foul territory. Rivera will come back with a count of 2 balls and a strike.
Rivera looked more like he was trying to bunt for a base hit as opposed to just a straight sacrifice.
It could have been what the third base coach, Charlie Montoyo, was going to suggest to him. Hey, why don't we just try a straight sacrifice, huh? Two balls, 1 strike the count. And this bunt is down. Collison, the throw to first. Sacrifice goes 1-3. Into scoring position now, Kevin Kiermaier. He's there with 1 out for the top of the order.
Nice job by Tyler fielding that ball. Getting to it under control. Took a step and a throw, and that's what pitchers are taught every day in PFP, pitchers fielding practice. Step and throw. Don't just try and throw flat-footed.
Now we're going to have a pinch hitter for Brandon Guyer, and that's going to elicit a walk to the mound by Mike Maddox. Nobody in the Ranger bullpen. He's going to go out there and make sure that both Sean Tollison and Carlos Corcoran remember what the scouting report on David DeJesus is, how to go about attacking him. Rangers have seen DeJesus in all 3 games leading up to today in this series. Will they get Brandon Guyer out of the lineup? And the left-handed hitting David DeJesus will be the pinch hitter. And Mike's still out there, and he's been joined by Elvis Andrus. So the plans have been formulated. Foundation laid for this at-bat, and John Tollison back up on top of the hill. DeJesus hitting at an even 300 this year. A couple of home runs, 11 RBIs, 1 for 3 with 3 RBI as a pinch hitter. Tollison checking Kiermaier back to second. Kiermaier representing the tying run in this ball game. Great speed. Well, virtually any ball to the outfield he's going to be able to score on. First pitch on the inside corner. DeJesus jumping back out of the way in an effort to get the call, but did not. Runners in scoring position this year, DeJesus better than a .500 hitter. Echo pitch tracker showing you that last pitch right on the inside corner. DeJesus back in the box. Sean Tollison again checking Kiermaier back.
And Sean checking on Kiermaier, rightfully so. That's the tying run, and he can run, so you don't want to go to sleep on that runner at second base.
Off speed, the changeup floats in. 0-2. Boy, Tollison living on the corners. This at bat with DeJesus. Right-hander okay is the sign. We'll check second again. John Tollison, not the most popular man in St. Petersburg right about now. That's okay. Elvis jockeying for position back there behind Kiermaier. 0-2 the count to DeJesus. Series of signs flashed out at Corcoran. DeJesus steps out.
You see Elvis back there behind Kiermaier. He's not just playing with the dirt. He's grabbing a fistful of dirt to throw it over there at second base to make Kiermaier think that he's there. That's a trick that you don't see happen very often.
And meanwhile, David DeJesus got caught looking at a fastball from Sean Tollison right on the inside corner.
Nice job by Tollison.
That is painting right there. Well, that is a huge out number 2. Sean Tollison using the kind of slowed down action to get that pitch to the plate in a hurry, and it didn't look like DeJesus was ready for it. So 2 outs. Here's Steven Souza Jr. Hits that ball well to center field. Leonis Martin on the move, has room near the track and makes the catch. It's a long out, and the Rays are gone in the 8th. No runs a hit and 1 left. We're going to the 9th. Rangers 2, Rays 1. Top of the 9th inning. 8 hits this afternoon for the Rangers, and Carlos Corcoran, who has taken charge behind the plate for Wandy Rodriguez and company here this afternoon, will lead off in the 9th inning. It'll be Corcoran, Rosales, and Smolinski, and David DeJesus, who was caught looking at a 3rd strike from Sean Tollison, stays in the ball game, takes over in left field. Corcoran 1 for 3 this afternoon. Singled his last time up. That was a base hit in the 7th inning. Average now at 195 for Carlos. 2 balls and no strikes. Rangers would love to have a little bit of insurance here in the 9th inning. That's outside. 3 balls and no strikes. So Frieri having a difficult time finding the strike zone with Corcoran up there. Carlos trying to get aboard to start things off. Adam Rosales, the number 9 man of the order, waiting in the on-deck circle. 3-1. Frieri came on in the 8th inning after the Rangers had already taken the lead. Took over for Kevin Jepson, got the final out on a foul pop by Leonis Martin. That foul ball by Corcoran fills the count. It's now 3-2. Frieri, a belt high set. We'll try it again.
Great job of fouling that off by Corpy. He knows that's at the top of the zone. It may be called a 3rd strike, but in this situation, you can't afford to take that one.
Ranger closer Neftali Feliz loosening in that Ranger bullpen. Echo pitch tracker showing you that last pitch right at the top of the strike zone. Low and inside, ball 4. Frieri with the leadoff walk to Corcoran. The Rangers started the 8th inning with 2 walks. And Elvis came around to score as he led it off with a walk. And that is what put them ahead. Now Corcoran starts the 9th with a walk. And Adam Rosales talking with Tony Beasley, the third base coach. They're not going to rely on signs to tell all that's going to happen here. So you go down there and have a chat with him and let him know exactly what is expected.
Yeah, and even though everybody knows he's going to sacrifice bunt, all Rosales has to do is just get the ball down and not back to the pitcher. Now, I say all that he has to do, not that easy. Number one, you're on turf, so the ball is going to roll a little bit more. So as the bunter, you've got to deaden that ball a little bit more. And then you've also got Corcoran at first base, who's the catcher, so he didn't have a whole lot of wheels.
Well, Rosales up there letting the bat go and didn't get the fastball he was expecting. 0-1. Again, Adam looking down to Tony Beasley, who's flashing the signs out. Rivera put down the sign for Frieri. Another off-speed pitch. 0-2. Adam 1 for 3 this afternoon. You get an idea of how close that last pitch was on our pitch tracker. Call, strike 3. Frieri 3 consecutive breaking balls, and Rosales is gone on strikes. 1 gone.
Frieri going with a 3rd breaking ball in a row. Starts it right at Rosales, and it breaks in and catches that inside corner. All 3 for strikes.
No, Jake Smolinski, the hitter, and that's going to elicit a visit from the pitching coach, Jim Hickey. Get an idea of what they had discussed about Jake Smolinski. Jake, as you saw, just hitting a 143, entered the ball game last half inning to take over defensively. Kind of interesting moves late in the ball game that Jeff Bannister would take out Shin-Soo Choo, his right fielder, in favor of better defense from Jake Smolinski, and also pinch ran for Prince Fielder, who's the DH. A strike to the outside corner. You get your number 1 or number 3 hitters out of the lineup, with the opportunity maybe for both of them to hit in the 9th inning, and certainly to hit with your leadoff man. But defense more valued than the offense potential. Foul back, and it's 0-2 to Smolinski.
Yeah, you got both of those guys riding a 9-game hit streak. I don't particularly want them out of the lineup right now. Maybe the 9th inning, but 8th inning in a close ball game. I want those guys to hit again if they come up in the order.
No balls and 2 strikes. Now 1-2. Jake back in there. Frieri checks Corcoran at first. And Smolinski lofts a towering foul ball down the left side. As well back into the seats. It remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. This is just the 5th at bat on this road trip for Smolinski. 1 for his previous 4. Last RBI was a big one. It came against Dallas Keuchel when he tied the ball game last Monday down in Houston. 8th inning. Got him on strikes here. Frieri went up with the fastball, and that is out number 2. Starting tomorrow, Rangers back home at Globe Life Park. Be with you at 7 o'clock tomorrow night. Lorenzo Cain and the Kansas City Royals defending the American League Championship that they won last year. Coming into town, Colby Lewis, 0.64 ERA going for Colby in his last 2 starts. That'll be the first of 4 Rangers and Royals. Elvis Andrus, who drew a walk and scored the go-ahead run in the 8th inning. 0 for 3 this afternoon. Fouls off that next Frieri pitch and now is down to the count 0-2. Looking ahead to the bottom of the ninth. Middle of the order, beginning with Evan Longoria for the Tampa Bay Rays. No balls, 2 strikes. The right field hit pretty well. Sousa going back on the track and makes the catch. That will do it. Rangers get a lead-off walk, cannot advance Corcoran. Bottom of the ninth coming up. It's Neftali Feliz time with the Rangers leading 2-1. On Fox Sports Southwest is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. By AT&T UVerse TV. UVerse has more live TV channels on the go than cable. And by your Texas Ford dealers. The EcoBoost Challenge is on at your Texas Ford dealer. Get to your best in Texas Ford dealer today. Neftali Feliz on now to see if he can slam the door and grab his 5th save of the year. He is 4 for 6 in save opportunities. We saw him here on Thursday night wrap up save number 4 with an inning of shutout baseball. This is 13th appearance of 2015. Evan Longoria starting off and taking ball 1 on the slider. Longoria 0 for 3 in today's action, lined into a double play in the 6th inning, his latest at bat. Feliz dropping in the breaking ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Longoria 1 for 5 against Neftali. Outside, 2-1. Feliz in the outing on Thursday night had a couple of strikeouts. Only needed 12 pitches to preserve the 5-4 Ranger win. Now the 2-1 coming. In the air to right field. And Peguero ambling in, makes the grab. That is out number 1, and a big out to get Longoria back to the dugout.
That's a very big out for Neffy. Number 1 is the leadoff hitter and the best hitter on the Rays team. So to get him, Longoria's up there looking for one pitch. Neffy got it up just a little bit too high for him. Got him to fly out to right field.
Next will be Logan Forsythe. Forsythe today, 0 for 3. 2 strikeouts and a fly ball to center. Phillies utilizing that slider with frequency. And he missed with that one. It's ball 1. Phillies back to the plate. It's a fastball in. 1-1 to Forsythe. Forsythe 0 for 1 against Phillies with a strikeout. Rangers leading 2-1 here in the bottom of the 9th inning. That is just off the outside corner. 2-1.
Neffy mixing his pitches up nicely, using the slider, using the fastball, trying to hit the corners. He got Longoria out, but I'm sure he realizes he can't slack up here any.
Missed with a slider. 3 balls and a strike to Forsythe. And looking down into the on-deck circle, Joey Butler, the scheduled hitter, called back. Left-handed swinging James Loney. Grabbed a bat. He's getting loose. 3 balls, 1 strike to count. Phillies to the plate. Line drive to right. Peguero in a hurry. He's going to have to play it on a hop. Forsythe, a big turn, will hang on at first with a 1-out single. And the Rays have the tying run on base.
Neffy fell behind 3-1. He has to come in and throw a strike. Throws that strike right down the middle. Fastball right down the middle. Forsythe drills it into right field. You got Peguero playing back deep, not allowing any doubles. Cuts that ball off.
Well, that's just the 4th hit of the afternoon for the Rays. And it brings up James Loney, who is a .230 hitter. A couple of home runs, 6 driven in. Loney had started the first 3 games of this series at first base, his customary position. Now pinch hitting for the DH, Joey Butler. All the way to the backstop. And down to second goes Logan Forsythe. A costly wild pitch. Well, Corcoran had no chance to get a glove on that ball.
No, Corby was set up outside, and Neffy came across his body and just yanked it a little bit too much. Almost got Loney in the leg.
Phillies have a little chat with himself. Settling back in on top of the mound, and the tying run now at second. Loney, with a count of 1 ball and no strikes, is waiting. 1-1. Loney just 2 for 12 in this series. That is second multi-hit game of the season, or at least since mid-April, here on Friday night against the Rangers. That pitch low, it skips into the glove of Carlos Corcoran. 2-1, the count.
Neffy trying to go with the fastball. Got Loney to swing at one on the outside part of the plate. Just got that one down just a little low.
Phillies sets at the belt. The 2-1 pitch. Got that breaking ball in on the fists of James Loney, and it evens the count at 2-2. Loney, the veteran left-handed hitter up there. Neftali Feliz after the one-out single and wild pitch as Logan Forsythe at second base. Rangers clinging to a 2-1 lead. To center field, hit softly. That is going to fall for a hit. Forsythe will advance only to third. He had to wait to make sure that ball was going to fall. And the Rays now have the tying run at third, the winning run at first with one out. And Asdrubal Cabrera is coming up. That's not a very good read by Logan Forsythe at second base.
Not at all. You got to know he got jammed on this ball, and you've got to be taken off on contact, knowing that the outfield is back. There's no chance that anybody was going to catch this ball.
Well, the Rangers will take that, though. That prevented them from having to rely on Leonys Martin to throw somebody out of the plate. Not that Leonys can't, but you'd rather not have that have to happen in the ninth inning.
Right.
Mike Maddox out there talking to Neftali Feliz, talking about Asdrubal Cabrera, a switch hitter who will bat from the left side. James Loney, watch what happens after he hits the ball. Say, go ahead, go ahead. That ball's going to fall. I can tell from here. Loney thought he had an RBI knock there.
Definitely thought he had the game tied up.
So let's see if the Rangers can capitalize on that base running gap. Cabrera today 0 for 2 with a walk and a pair of strikeouts. Rangers at double play depth with Rosales and Andrews up the middle. 0-1. Cabrera 0 for 6 with 3 strikeouts against Neftali Feliz. Forsythe carrying the tying run 90 feet away with one out. Cabrera extending the strike zone and not able to make contact. 0-2.
Corpy setting up down and away. Neffy missed his spot, but Cabrera helped him out.
Feliz waiting for Cabrera to get back in. Now Neffy has the sign from Corcoran. Got him swinging. Big strikeout. 4th time that Feliz has struck out Cabrera in 7 at-bats. 2 gone, and Tim Beckham will come to the plate.
Very big out by Neffy. Needed a strikeout in that situation. Got it. Climbed the ladder right there on Cabrera. Swung right through it for strike 3. Brought the extra gas, a little extra giddy up with that. 96 miles an hour. It's always nice to be able to reach back a little bit and add a couple of MPHs when you need it.
Yeah, anybody can reach back, but most guys can't come out of there with 96 when they reach back. Here's Beckham, who made the final out of the game. And whoa, Corcoran does a great job of blocking that pitch as Feliz, for the 2nd time in this inning, jerked one clear across to the left-handed hitter batter's box.
Wow, great play by Corby. Wow, you saw him open that glove like a net and just caught that outside lip of the glove and kept that ball right there at home plate. No chance for Forsythe to score on that.
Is a game saver for the moment anyway. Now 1 ball and no strikes. Beckham made the final out here on Thursday night by tapping back to the mound. 1-0 pitch. In at the knees. 97, so there's a little extra octane that Neftali brought with him today.
Stay with it.
Forsythe, the tying run at third. Loney, the winning run at first. Feliz checks them. Strike two. Feliz staying right down there at the knees with some gas.
You look at Corby setting up down and away, and Feliz hits that spot. And as a hitter, 97 miles an hour, there's not much you can do on that pitch down and away. You can hope the umpire calls it a ball. That's about it.
Feliz set. The 1-2 pitch. Poked out of play. That's about all you can do with that. Beckham just protecting that outside corner. And
Corby goes back out there a little bit further off the plate this time, and Neffy throws it right to the glove. But Beckham does a good job fighting it off.
Well, the last thing you'd want to throw Beckham right now is a breaking ball that could speed his bat up. You stay with that heat. 1 ball, 2 strikes for Feliz. Very high. Nice job again by Corcoran. This time climbing the ladder to grab that pitch.
Climbing the ladder and going up the speedometer. That was 98. Trying to go inside. He gets it in there. Beckham is definitely going to be tied up.
2-2. 2 on, 2 out. Rangers leading 2-1. Feliz set. Fouled off. We'll try it again. Beckham being a little bit of a pest here in the 9th inning. Rays down to their final out. Beckham not willing to go quietly. Rangers trying to snap their 2-game losing streak, come home with a 5-2 road trip. Tying run at third. That's Logan Forsythe. James Loney, the winning run at first. Feliz reading the signs from Corcoran. Another 2-2 pitch. Beltre has it. The short way for the force, and that is a winner. Neftali Feliz gets his 5th save of the year. The Rangers come back to get a 2-1 victory and split the 4-game series with the Rays. And Neftali Feliz, a big hug from Carlos Corcoran, Robinson Chirinos, and Corcoran probably saying, hey, you made it a little bit tough on me, but that's what I'm back there for, right?
That's exactly it. Should have been Neftali giving Corcoran the big hug for saving that with that curveball. Another great defensive play by Beltre. Got a shot from Beckham, picked it clean, and threw it over to the second, even though Rosales wasn't quite there yet.
Anticipation. Is that what it is?
It's a beautiful thing.
It is. It is. So Beltre, both RBI today, a solo home run, and the winning RBI in the 8th inning. He finishes things off with that strike to Adam Rosales, who was on the move towards second base, and that gave the Rangers their 13th victory of the year in 31 ball games. So they are now back over 500 on the road. They are 10-9. That 2-game losing streak, a thing in the past. They will come back home with smiles on their faces after coming back.